What is up, guys? Today I'm back with another video, and I know it's been a long time since I've made a video, but it is what it is. I'm back recording another video, and today I want to go over the topic of your inner world controls your outer world. Now, what do I mean by this? I mean whatever is going on within your mind, whatever is going on within your brain, meaning your imagination, your thoughts, your the words that you use, all have very, very significant power when it comes to controlling your outer world. Now, what am I talking about when I say outer world? I mean your 3D world, what we see, what we feel, what we touch, what our senses believe to be real, when in reality the only thing that is real is our imagination, is our mind, is our consciousness. See, we create everything around us. It is not the other way around. The things around us don't have power over us. We have power over the things around us. Now, when it comes to thoughts creating reality, one of the most simple things you can understand is the house that you're living in simply once was just a thought, and what it is now is just a crystallized thought. It's a thought made into reality. Someone in history, someone in the past said, you know what? Wouldn't it be amazing if there was a house built right here? Wouldn't it be amazing if even the phone or the laptop that you're watching this through was first a thought? Someone had to think of it first in order for it to be a crystallized thought into what we now know as a functioning phone or a functioning house. Someone had to think of it. Everything that you see around you was first a thought, no matter what. Your car, your phone, the clothes that you're wearing, like I said, your laptop, your phone, your TV, everything, literally everything that you do, every place that you go was first once a thought. So once you realize this, once you realize that everything is just your thought and it's just consciousness and it was put into reality, then you can easily realize that you have the ability to do whatever it is that you want. See, if someone had the thought and could simply create a big old house that you're living in right now, what makes you think that you can't go out of your way and have a thought of you being a millionaire, or you being successful, or you having the business of your dreams, or you making more sales? What makes you think that you can't have that thought first and make it into reality if someone else has done the same exact thing in history? So this is why it's so important to feed yourself positive thoughts. This is why it's so important to feed yourself good thoughts and good imagination rather than negative thoughts and negative imagination. And this is where, when people talk about quote-unquote positive vibration, negative vibration, what we want is more positive vibration, which means you are more happy, you are more outgoing, you are more healthy, you are more loving, you are more powerful. And all these things that I'm listing right now, they're just simply affirmations. You can use this for yourself. And my challenge to you is simply go, even just one whole day, you'll notice a big difference in your living. You'll notice a big difference in your livelihood just by simply changing the way you think, just by simply changing the words that you use. And be very, very conscious. I think the first thing that changes your reality is just awareness. See, if you're watching this video, it's for a reason. It's not because you were just led here by chance. Everything happens for a reason. Everything is connected. So if you're watching this video, it's probably because you've been given the awareness, or you're living inside the state of awareness in which you are now becoming, receptive, and you're now starting to understand what it is that you want in your life. So first step, just be conscious, be aware. If you're someone who doesn't have the most positive mindset, if you're someone who thinks negatively, and just be aware, and do it throughout your day. Do an active meditation, or just meditate in general and see where your mind is. That's the first step. before everything is just to become aware, become conscious. How are you thinking? How are you feeling? Why are you thinking that way? Why are you feeling this way? And the second step is changing it, and our minds they work like a computer, so you have to program it. So if your thoughts are constantly negative, or you have a looping thought that's negative, if you get up every single day and when you look at yourself in the mirror, the first thought that comes to your mind is, oh man, I mean, disgusting. If your thoughts are negative, the first thing, with anything in general, the only thing you have to do is change it. The only thing you have to do is change your thoughts, which then lead to changing your feeling. And the feeling state in which you live in is the state of consciousness that you're in. So, for that example, rather than going and looking in the mirror and saying bad things, say good things. And this will lead to change. Not you changing will lead to different words. You have to change the words, and then you will see yourself in a different light. This is why I think so many people fail when it comes to going to the gym. You see people, they'll go to the gym, they're exercising, and then they look at themselves in the mirror, and then what do they say? They're just saying all these negative thoughts. They're saying all these negative words. And if that's the case, they're never going to change physically. They're never going to change on the outside if they don't change their inner voice. They don't change their inner thinking. And this is also why you see people who have the craziest transformations. Look at their mindset. If you ever talk to somebody who lost a lot of weight, you talk to them and they're like, yeah, I feel much better. I feel greater. I wanted, they have a positive mindset. It's never anything negative. It's never anything doubtful. They knew that they could do it. They knew that they could change. And so what happened? Reality changed because their mind knew it. So this is why I always say the mind is all. If you ever look at my comment section, I always like to say the mind is all. This universe is mental. Everything that happens in this physical reality, this 3D reality, first had to start in the mental plane. So if you can change your thought process, change your imagination, start seeing yourself in a greater light, start seeing things in a better light, everything can change for you in this reality. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please leave a like, comment, subscribe. I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.